Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Champions League final press conference of Juventus Football Club. Today, on top table, we have the head coach Massimiliano Allegri and players Gianluigi Buffon and Dani Alves. We also have, last but not the least, the Enrica Tarki from the press office. Today for you we have provided in simultaneous translation in 3 languages. You can see on the sign the languages available. 0 is original voice, original audio, 1 is English, 2 is in Italian, and 3 in Spanish. For this press conference, to courtesy of our colleagues, we will accept only questions in those 3 languages. Since the players have other obligations, they need to prepare for the training, we will start first with the questions for them. So, before you make a question, please use the mic, say it directly there, present yourself, and please 1 question at a time. We can start now. Okay. Can we have a mic there? Otro?
Para Daniel. Dani, tenemos que hablar en español.
It's for Dani Alves. Dani, we'll have to speak Spanish. What do you think of playing a game with so many protagonists? And there are several, you and Marcelo are Brazilians that are stars in this game, but they'll be facing each other on different sides. What do you feel about that? Well, first of all, good afternoon to everyone. Well, I think that it is something very special to be able to live a day like this, a very special day indeed, to be able to be playing with very great players, fighting over a final, a Champions League final, where everyone that's in football wants to see the game, wants to participate in this game. I think that we are privileged persons to be able to be here present. And we need to enjoy this moment, regardless of who is playing on the other side. And we just want to try to make the night even more special than it already is.
Second row, man in the blue shirt.
Max.
Good evening. Max. I'm sorry, you have to ask questions for the players first. Yes, for Gigi. Gigi, once again, Italy has mobilized to follow Juventus in this final. When you, the players, feel the push of all these people, all these fans that support you, does that help? Do you feel it? Yes, you do feel it. You certainly feel this great support, this great enthusiasm. And that is one of the additional ingredients which, during the difficult moments that we might have, that we might experience during the match, might be able to help us find energy or sources of energy and creativity that we might not realize we still have. We shall need it to resist the pressure of Real Madrid and to do our best in the game. Carmen Mandis.
Yes, for Dani, do you feel more responsible with all the trophies? I believe that you know, I think you're 34 years old or so. You have a lot of experience. Do you feel that that can help your other colleagues who do not have as much experience as you have? And could we finally make Buffon's dream come true and finally have him win a Champions League Cup? Because it's very special for Juventus, don't you think?
No, non penso che mi sento.
No, I don't feel more important than any of the other players because I've lived moments like this. I think that the moments that you have lived are only good for history, if you like, just add pages and write pages in history. But that is, history is made in every moment. You need to try every day to add pages to this story. And what is true is that life has brought me here to this team to try and to live a dream that for quite a long time now I've already had. Unfortunately, I haven't lived this dream yet. I have, and I think that I just came here to try and share this dream with them. I think that a player that's as important as Gigi, as big as Gigi, to not have this trophy, it would really. I don't think it would be. It wouldn't really change very much in his career as a football player, but I think that it would be one more wonderful page added to his football history. And the day I arrived, you know, I remember that I said that they weren't signing up a star. They were signing up a worker that was going to dream with them and try to live this moment with them. Through our work, through our dedication, we've managed to reach this point. But I think that in order for this dream to become true and take this cup back home, we really need to do a little bit more. But it's true that we're close to it. We need to avail of this opportunity to make sure that dream becomes a reality. And that it forms part of football history again, to be able to win a title with Buffon before he retires from football. That would really be quite something for me as well. So, I don't know, I hope that we're up to par, that we can face this situation and really be there, because it is a very, very beautiful situation. And since I already had the opportunity of winning one, well, you know, football once again gives me the opportunity of living something this big again with my new teammates, and I'll do everything that's in my hands to be able to win this.
Gigi, Carlo Bianchi di tercertiempo.es. Nel caso di vincere la Coppa domani sera.
If you win the cup tomorrow night, you will be the oldest player to lift the trophy over all these years. How does that make you feel? Happy? Aware? No, it doesn't make me feel, or it wouldn't make me feel anything special, if not joy. Huge joy. Because when you get to this stage, you know perfectly well how you arrived here and all the effort that you have had to put into your work. And there's nothing better in life than to obtain a reward after working so hard, sweating and working hard to get it. And there's nothing better than sharing this prize with your teammates, with a group of people you have worked with for months and months, with teammates who have perhaps even more worked even more than I have to arrive at this point. Gigi, over here, I'm from El País. I want to ask you, you have played several times against Cristiano Ronaldo. I wanted to ask you what you think of the fact that he's always hungry for more success and his competitiveness. As a goalkeeper, I'm sure you analyze the movements and the actions and the skills of all attackers, and in particular Cristiano Ronaldo. What do you think of him? Well, certainly he's a sporting model. He's an example for us all. He's an example for both the greats and those who are starting out in football or who are simply getting interested in sport in general. But I can say that I'm 39 and I thought I didn't have anything new to learn from an emotional point of view and from the point of view of what you can learn from a teammate. I have to be frank, I have to be sincere. I've told several friends in the past this year, by speaking to Dani, I have actually learned a great deal, which was something that had not happened to me for a long time. And it's been very nice, actually. It has been a source of motivation for me. A player like Dani Alves or Cristiano Ronaldo or other great players like this are able to win very often, but for them it's never enough. And they're also very humble. So it's very useful to be surrounded by people like this, because you can learn an awful lot from them. Once again for Gigi Buffon. Gigi, I'm here to your left. Maurizio Pizzoferrato, Agenzia Area. This day before the match, is it a source of emotions that are very similar to Berlin, or are you feeling are your feelings different? No, they're actually quite similar. I have to say that the eve of a match of this kind, of this level, is always more or less the same. You always feel pretty much the same. What I mean is, you have to find your concentration. You also feel a degree of fear and respect towards the opponent, but at the same time you also feel aware of your possibilities, of your abilities, which is the key weapon to approach the game in the best possible way, being aware of your ability. Sky Sport, Gigi, I'm here. Gigi, I wanted to ask you, it's actually nice to see you sitting next to Dani Alves. I remember at the beginning of the season you said, I hope that Dani Alves will teach us to win the Champions League. He's actually here sitting next to you now, so perhaps you can tell us a bit more about it. Yes, it's true. I did send him this kind of message. It's the same text message I sent him when I heard that he had signed for Juventus. He is a bit like me. He is an optimist. And he said, yes, I will do that. I will make you win the Champions League. And so I have to say that until now, he has been a revelation for me. Not as a player. We've all seen, we've all learned what he can do on the pitch. We know him as a footballer, but I was able to meet him and get to know him better in the dressing room and off the football pitch. There's a lot more to him than what you see on the pitch. And so we do have trust in our capabilities for tomorrow. We are confident, but at the same time we also feel humble, because at the same time Real Madrid does have a certain feeling with finals. They are used to winning finals. We, on the other hand, have lost quite a number of finals. So perhaps it's a good match in that sense, and we are going to try and overturn our record in history. Gigi, I wanted to ask you something about the foreign media. They are presenting this match as a kind of duel, a challenge between yourself and Cristiano Ronaldo. How does that make you feel? He is considered a star player, perhaps the star player, the #1 player in the world. And the fact that you are pitted against each other puts you on the same level. There's talk of you winning the Ballon d'Or. Well, I know that reporters have to speculate on these rumors. They have to write their reports, nice articles about these things, because it's your job. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not that conceited. I wouldn't dream of putting myself on the same pedestal as Cristiano. We played completely different roles. My role is simply to defend, and his role is to attack. So we are complete opposites. So the only thing I can do is try and not concede goals. But he is able to determine much more the outcome of a match because of the role he plays and also because of his background, his history. I am pleased, of course, that the media tend to see tomorrow's game as a challenge between myself and Cristiano, but it's not reality. As regards the rumors about myself winning the Ballon d'Or, it's extremely rewarding to hear it, but it's not important now. What counts is to try and win tomorrow. Everything else is not something that I am thinking about for now. In the future, we shall see, but for the time being, I'm not interested.
Gracias. Para Costa Rica, Yasin Quesada.
Yes, for Costa Rica. By having so much offensive power, both teams, do you think it could end up being a duel of goaltenders, goalkeepers?
Beh, questo è già un paragone più congruo, nel senso che magari...
Well, of course, it is true that it's easier to make a comparison between the two goalkeepers. It makes sense because we play the same role. Navas has certainly won more Champions League trophies than me. And over the years, since the World Cup in 2014, has been amazing. And he has done great things for Real Madrid. Playing for Real Madrid well for one season is something that can happen to a lot of players, but being able to confirm your abilities season after season is something that only the very best manage to do. I'm from La Stampa. I wanted to ask you, before the Berlin final, you said that you were feeling quite emotional and you had spent a few sleepless nights. I'm asking you whether you're feeling any different here in Cardiff. And I also wanted to ask something to Dani. Do you manage to sleep quite well the night before such games, since you have won the Champions League before?
Bueno, penso que eu posso dormir.
Oh. Well, yes, I can sleep. I sleep very well, like I do every day. What I would advise my colleagues to do is to sleep well as well, because then when you wake up is when the hard work starts. So I'm no one really to give any advice to anyone or to teach anyone anything, quite frankly. Much less to people that have lived so much in football, like the people that are on my team. These are players that have won many important titles during their lives, and I think that I'm an eternal apprentice. I'm always learning. I want to learn from them as well, from their experiences as professionals. And I think that is the strength that our group has, that we're just joining up stories that and experiences that each and every one of us has. And this experience brings us to being very united and to realize that there's only one way forward, and that's to join forces amongst ourselves and give it all and try to bring the cup back home. I think that we're a team that's not composed of individuals. No, I think that our biggest strength and the strength that we have to show in this collective sport that is football is that, to play as a team. We would have to make sure that the whole team is bigger than the other team that we're facing. And I think that is the way that will increase our chances of taking the cup back home.
As far as I'm concerned, just like the eve of any other important game, I don't really have problems in sleeping. Perhaps the afternoon just before, yes, but I'm sure I will be able to do my best on the pitch.
About the fact that the roof will be closed, Gigi. Over here.
Okay.
I'm here from German television. I would like to know, what do you think about the fact that the roof will be closed?
Ma penso che se c'è un tetto.
I think that if there is a roof, then it was obviously built to be used. And so I think it's quite normal. I don't mind. Perhaps the reason why they have chosen to close the roof or to use the roof is a bit unclear. We don't know whether it's because they fear rain or for security reasons. I'm not entirely sure, but I've already played under such conditions in Amsterdam against Ajax and in 2002 in Japan, and I have to say that there's no real difference. If this is useful to preserve the pitch, the grass, and the show that we're going to put on, then I think that's fine.
Gigi, over here, Gigi. Hello.
Okay.
You talked about all those emotions, having similar emotions today as all those other great nights that you've had throughout your career. Is there perhaps a little bit something extra special about this and more emotions because it may be your last night like this? And I was wondering if you might be able to, for Welsh and English broadcasters, are you able to answer in English for us if possible?
Allora, ho capito fino a un certo punto, non ho capito il finale, perché c'era l'elicottero. No, all'inizio l'ho capito. Allora, dico questa, che probabilmente
Probably the emotions I might feel might be different to any other guy who's younger than me or any other player like Dani. Dani has already won this competition and he has at least 4 or 5 years ahead of him in his career. I have to exclude this possibility as far as I'm concerned. So yes, it will be much more special for me. But at the same time, I want to play this game without regrets and without thinking of these issues. This is my moral imperative for this game, and I hope I can manage to do that because our team is very compact and based on collaboration. And I'm aware that if I play well, I will be able to help my team. So this would be the greatest gift that I can give my teammates.
Gigi, buonasera. Eccomi.
Gigi, to your left. Stefano Benedetti, I wanted to ask you about balance. You have had many important eves of games. Balance is very important in the life of a football player. What is the most balanced approach before a game of this kind? Do you need a lot of tension? Do you need to reduce the tension? And do you also dream about Ronaldo and Benzema? I have to say that in order to stay relaxed and focused, each one of us has to find his own balance. When you realize that you're feeling too much anxiety, then you have to try and reduce it. And you can do that by thinking of who you are and what you're capable of. That enables you to relax a bit. Being aware of your means, that's my way of approaching tension before important games like this. As regards Ronaldo and Benzema, I have not had dreams about them. Probably because otherwise I would have to dream about a lot of other Real Madrid players, because they're not the only ones who can harm Juventus and harm me directly. There's so many great players that one night would not be enough, and I have to play in the afternoon, so I haven't got enough time to dream about them all.
Quería preguntar.
Yes, Danny over here. Kenny Saris from ABC. You've said that you're an apprentice, that you're just one more. But, you know, you have a lot of titles. You've won 3 cups. And tomorrow, if you win, you'll be the only player in history that has won the 3 cups 3 times. So what would that mean for Dani Alves? Well, it's only good for history books, if you like. When we stop playing and when somebody looks at the career that you've had, well, my career, they'll see everything that was achieved and that you've just said, everything that you've said. But for me, it's really not much use, really, because I think that that you every day you have to do something new. Every day you have to offer a new story. I can't be thinking that if we win, that I'm going to be the only player who's achieved 3 triple crowns, if you like. I'm the player who might have won the most cups in history. No, I don't think in those things, because our dream, our objective, is much bigger than all that. Sincerely, I'm not a person who lives thinking in myself, you know. For me, if everything around me is fine, I'm fine as well. I think that when you play a team sport, the objective is that. It's for the whole team to win. And then afterwards, you have all the individual achievements and whatever. But my concern right now is to be, you know, up to par with the rest of my colleagues, at their level. Because I know that my teammates, you know, I want to help them to become better every day, and I want them to help me to become better every day, because that's what really is the big passion for me. That's the biggest challenge in my life, to make sure that all the people that are around me, that you know, that everyone will be a bit better. That's why I've accepted this this challenge to come to Juve, and I've accepted this challenge to form a part of this great team, and to be playing with great professionals and to fight together with them for this great dream that we have. But dreams, you know, if you go to the field to try and achieve other things, another dream, you'll just be having nightmares. I don't want that. We're dreaming, but once we're on the field, we do everything that we need to do to be here, to compete, and to win the cup, and to take the cup back home. I already said it on other occasions. These games, these matches, you arrive. If you win, you win, and if you don't, you don't. You know, we want to win, bring the cup back home, and celebrate with all our people. That's why we've come here. We know who our adversary is in this competition, but we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're not even afraid of losing again. At least I have come here without thinking really who we have in front of us. The only objective is the cup, to win that cup, and that's the only obsession I have.
They leave.
Question to Gigi from Ben Mohay, Hungarian M4 Sports, please. So you came to Juventus when Zidane left, and you were on the pitch when Zinedine Zidane finished his international career in 2006. And 11 years later, you're still playing, and he's on the bench of the opposite team. So how does it feel to play against him, and what are your thoughts on Zinedine Zidane?
Yes. All this is part of the game. I have built a very solid experience in football, and I feel privileged to play with or against major opponents. Very often, the end of a great player's career is to step in the bench. 11 years have elapsed since 2006 final, and I'm not surprised Zidane is now Real Madrid coach. He has kept his skills as a coach. He is a winner. And he was a winner as a player, and he is a winner as a coach. But in life, he hasn't won all the time. Sometimes you lose in life. And I hope this will happen tomorrow, because that wouldn't dent his outstanding career, both as a player and as a coach.
Yes, a question for Dani Alves. Dani, you said that you don't look at who's facing you tomorrow. However, you have played 42 games against Real Madrid. You've won 22 times, you've tied 3 times, and you've lost 13. I think that you're the player that has beat more times Real Madrid in history. What do those numbers mean to you?
Bueno, ese es un dado para...
Well, that's a piece of news that should make them very much afraid of Juventus, isn't it? But well, yeah. Well, the fact that we're competing against them makes the day even more special for me. These figures, these numbers, what they show is that not everything is going to be in their favor, right? It could be, you know, a call of attention for them as well, you know. So, but I insist once again, it's not Dani Alves against Real Madrid. It's Juventus against Real Madrid. It's a match between a team with a lot of experience, which is our team, and you know, we're playing as though we were youngsters that are doing this for the first time. Why? Because we've already lost in the past, and because for 20 years almost we haven't won this this competition, and because the last final that we played against Madrid, we lost because of a goal that was marked offside. That's what they say, at least. So we're in that situation now. That's the story that we've lived until now. And as Gigi said, it's a team cannot just have bad things during its trajectory. Every once in a while, you know, good things happen as well. So I think that this is what we want. Let's hope that Real Madrid fails and that we pull through with all the respect that they deserve. But, you know, we don't need to look so much at the history of Real Madrid in this competition. We're not afraid about that. We're not afraid because of the number of titles that they've won. We just have our ambition. We have that will to win. And, you know, we're just seeing the objective. We're hungry. We're hungry. Have a plate of food in front of us, and we want to have that. We want to win that. When we have the energy, the positiveness that we have, that is necessary to win the game tomorrow, and that's what we plan to do.
Last question from Corriere dello Sport. One question for Gigi. The Ballon d'Or is a secondary objective for you, but you are a senior player. You're just thinking about the end of the career, and you feel that fans all over Europe are pushing for this reward for you. A question for Dani Alves. People often think about winners. People think about your experience. How was your personality is important? How is your spirit and your positivity important for the squad?
No, you've already asked me 3 questions about my age. Well, we're young. We're young. We're young. We're all young, you know. I mean, all the questions that you asked me have to do with age and all that, you know, professional, you're old, etc. You know, it's you know, yes, Gigi has the age he has, and I have the age I have, but I think that these are moments that you need to face with happiness, with joy, with the passion that you feel for this sport. I don't think that we need to be anxious about playing this game, because at the end, it's not your anxiety or a different way of playing that you're going to win. You know, that's not necessarily what's going to get you to do things better. I think that we have a routine. It's this routine that has brought us here. Yes, it is a special game. We need to know that it is a special game, but we don't need to change what has allowed us to reach this final. I think we need to continue there. We need to continue, follow the line that we've followed up until now, and that's it. There's nothing else other than to fight until the very last second. You know, to sweat till the very last drop of sweat. You get this objective, really. that would be the crowning of the big effort that we've made all along this season. It would really give a sense to the way we've done things as a team, and I think that in Juventus we're very clear about all of that. And I think that the only extra motivation that might help is that the president said that maybe we might find some Ferraris around there that might pop up, and that does motivate you a bit more, doesn't it? But anyway, I hope that we'll be able to bring the cup home and that the president will make his words come true.
No, io per il discorso del pallone d'oro candidatura.
As to the Ballon d'Or, as to my nomination to the Ballon d'Or, football is like life, and there is I'm really scared of boredom. I know that I'm surrounded by champions. Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are the two stars of today's football, and so when you think about the Ballon d'Or, you think about those two players. But sometimes, judges think about previous trophies, and then I might be one of the nominees. I like this outer support. And sports people know how sportsmen feel. As Dani said, I'm still a young boy, even though I'm 39 years old. This game is very important for me. Tomorrow's match is very important to me, and many people think about my career and my very long career. I've been playing for Juventus for many, many years. I got more than I gave, but at the end of the day, that would be the perfect finale. And people like fairy tales.
Prepare for the training.
Grazie a voi.
And we continue with the questions for Mr. Allegri.
Gracias. Grazie.